In this video, we'll go over the template options menu inside Setup Sheet. Let's open our template options from main menu. And here, you can define the options that influence the whole Setup Sheet generation and definition process. First thing that you see here is saved by version, which means that this is the last version of Setup Sheet that was used to save this template. Below is the last version of Excel that was used to save this template. Now, we have an option called Use Page Layout View for Test Result. If this option is set to true, in our result page, we'll preview our result in the Page Layout view. Similar, Show Grid Lines on Test Result Sheet, if set to false, means that in the result page we will not see grid lines as we do in our design sheet here. Next, we have output settings. First thing here, we have file location of final workbook. This means that you can specify the location where your final document that you generate will be outputted. It doesn't need to be a ChemPart folder, as it is by default, so if you leave it empty, it will be a ChemPart folder, but if you put here some location that exists on your drive, your final document will be outputted there. Final name of final workbook. So you can set the file name of your workbook to be anything that you need to be. What by the default is the doc name, but you can change it and it can be named whatever you like. Final document file type doesn't need to be PDF, doesn't need to be Excel. You can choose here your file type from the drop-down menu. Always show Save As dialog. If set to false, will only generate your setup sheet once you generate it from SolidChem. But if you set it to true, what this means is that once your setup sheet is generated, so your final document is generated, it will prompt you with the Save As dialog box to save it wherever you like. Similar to that, do not open the final doc. If set to true, means that after you generate your setup sheet from SolidChem, it will not open it automatically. And the last thing is the source data. And here we have only one option, which is add Mac pictures and set to false. So we have Mac pictures in our source data, which we do not need to load every time. So it can be only on the user demand if we want to use it from our source data. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one.